Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and that is Chevy's cheapest model, at least for now. This is a 2022, yes I said 2022 Chevy Trax, because this was discontinued for 2023, and yes, brought back to life for 2024, which I already checked out at the LA Auto Show. But there are some features of this 22 model that may make it worth you hunting one down on a dealer lot while you still can. Stay tuned. Before we get too far into this one, I do want to thank Franklin and the team at Pelche Chevrolet here in Tyler, Texas for letting me look at this 2022 Chevy Trax for you, just to show what will be changing. If you are in the East Texas area and are looking for an economical and fuel efficient little hatchback crossover, be sure and come see Franklin. Let them know Corey sent you. But I promised you a little bit of what makes this one so special compared to the upcoming 2024 version that I got to check out while I was at the LA Auto Show. Be sure and go watch that video just so you know what the new version looks like. But this is the 2022 version, and a little bit of what makes it so special starts here underneath the hood. Yes, this is a prop rod supported hood, so I'm going to do my best to show you the little 1.4 liter Ecotec inline 4. That is the first thing that differentiates this from the upcoming 2024 version. The 2024 model gets a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder, so a much smaller engine, perhaps more fuel efficient, but that information has yet to be released. This is mated to a 6-speed automatic, and this particular one is all-wheel drive. Yet another thing the new version will not give you. The new version is strictly a front-wheel drive vehicle, at least for now. Moving back and taking a look at the styling, it is cute ute styling for sure. There is no hiding that. It looks a little bit like the pre-refreshed Chevy Bolt, and that would be because there are a lot of similarities in the design of that one and this one. You do get projector headlights with LED running lights, incandescent turn signals, very basic front end, very familiar Chevy design language of the era. Not a whole lot to write home about up here, just a typical Chevy front end. We'll note this looks like it should be an air curtain pass through, but it is not. This is all solid, so not a lot of cooling or aerodynamics need to go into this one because there isn't a lot of vehicle here. It is rather light and fuel efficient. Moving around to the side, you can see again, I used the word, and yes, it is a cute ute. Very small, very stubby, very short back end here, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. These are Continental 205 70 16-inch tires wrapped around these 16-inch wheels. Very nice. This is the LT model, and this one stickers for $25,000. Yet another thing to note when talking about the new 2024 version, the top trims start at $25,000. So again, pricing is still yet to be determined on all the options and features of the new one, but this one as it sits stickers for $25,000. And you can see very cute styling here on the side, and a little bit of aggressive arches here over both the front and rear wheels. Just give it a little bit of additional styling elements here on the side. I will note while we're here, this does have Chevy's entry system with the proximity key on the front door, not on the rear door. So both front doors have lock and unlock from this button right here, but not on the back doors. Moving around to the back of the little Chevy Trax, again, letting you know that this one is an all-wheel drive version. Again, something the new version will not have, at least for now. We'll see what happens and comes of that over time. You do get these really cool looking taillights that give you a double loop design. Those do look like they are LED running lights with an incandescent turn signal. So about what you would expect from a $25,000 entry-level vehicle. This does have a manual hatch back in the back, and you can see cargo space is a little limited. So this is our largest luggage that we have. at home and you have to put it in sideways. It is too long to put in long ways. So yes, this is the way that you have to store it back in the back. But if I remove it and take that out, go ahead and grab my backpack while we are at it. I will show you, this is how you access the spare tire, and there is a little bit of extra storage around that spare, but you can see that is very much a donut underneath the false load floor here. But putting stuff back in, you can see just how small this rear hatch is, but there is a trick feature that requires you going to the side of the vehicle. So this is a 60-40 split bench rear seat. There's a little tether here for you to pull up and fold that rear seat forward, the seat bottom forward, and then grab up here on the side, and the seat back folds down, giving you much more cargo space with a relatively flat load floor. So we were able to get all of our luggage and then some back here in the back of the Chevy Trax, even underneath this hard parcel cover that is a little bit of a, I want to say an styling element of days gone by. I remember my brother's 89 Nissan had that. I can't believe they're still putting hard parcel covers in vehicles, but it is what it is. But there is the folding rear seat, and I'm going to go ahead and close up the hatch back here. I will note I'm 5'10", and this hatch opens just about as much as the Chevy Tahoe that I've tested already here on the channel with a manual opening tailgate. So rather wide opening tailgate compared to the overall size of this vehicle. The fact that I'm even mentioning it in relation to the Tahoe shows you just how wide open that gets. And then you have to pull it to shut it. But that's enough for the outside. What is the inside like? All right, before we get inside, I do want to show you the key. It is Chevy's outgoing proximity key. So think old Malibu, old Equinox, things like that. You do get lock, unlock, and remote start, as well as a panic. But I did mention this is a proximity key, and you can lock and unlock from the front doors here. And depending on how you have this set up, you can set to unlock all the doors with the push of a button. So that is programmable on the inside. I do have the headlights on this one, so it's beeping at me. But moving in and hopping behind the steering wheel, you can see this is a very compact little crossover, and it fits me rather nicely. Speaking of this steering wheel, it is very familiar to me. This is the exact same steering wheel out of my 2013, my 2013 Chevy Cruze. The exact same steering wheel. There is nothing different about this one. It's leather wrapped, same design and everything about it, with buttons on the side. So very familiar to me. And then pushing the brake and the engine start button, turn the air down a little, you see you do get a little digital screen here on the side with your speedometer front and center, and your tach off to the left with your fuel gauge even further over to the left. Gives you all necessary information right there, and you can control that over here with the left stalk. So you can kind of cycle through all of the different functions here and see exactly what you need to. This one's only got 9 miles on it. So again, if you want a little steal of a vehicle, this may be a 2022 here in 2023. And I'm just saying, 9 miles on the clock. No one's really driven this, including myself. Just giving you a quick tour of it today. I will note you do have very familiar window controls here on the side, but express down and up all the way around. So are they express up? They are express down. Let's see, not express up on the back ones. Let's see this front one. Yep, the front is express up and down. So very nice touch there on the front. And then your window controls and your lock and unlock. I do like, versus my Chevy Cruze, how the lock and unlock is actually on the door, and the passenger gets one as well. My Cruze has it in the center, not a very functional, friendly design element. Your light controls over here on the side, and then moving to the center console, you get a very small, very cute center console Our center infotainment screen with Chevy's outgoing infotainment system does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I like how you get actual buttons to take you back home, and very snappy, very easy to use. Traction control button here, your hazard button, AC controls down here, just single zone, no frills AC, which is about what you would expect in a $25,000 car here in the year of our Lord 2023. 2 USB-A ports and an auxiliary input. Again, no USB-C, about what you would expect in a vehicle that is being discontinued, and a cigarette-style lighter plug up there. No wireless charging, but a nice storage cubby down here. A very mechanical gear selector lever right here. I did mention it is connected to a 6-speed automatic. Then there is your backup camera. Does a very good job, and you can turn those lines on and off. And then the design in here, I like how Chevy breaks it up, gives you a little bit of this fake leather here on the dash with orange stitching. Nice little touch, just not something you would expect, orange stitching in a vehicle of this size and price. And then looking at the seats, so we do have vinyl and cloth seats with orange stitching around the sides. Again, very nice, very user-friendly here at this $25,000 price point. Nothing special about them. They are not heated, they are not ventilated, they are just a very nice and very comfortable seat. I've got nothing to complain about here. They are, there is power lumbar on the driver's seat. I tell you, I can't talk. And the driver's seat is power adjustable, but the passenger seat is manually adjustable, as is the single armrest for the driver. The passenger does not get an armrest, but what the passenger does get is some under-seat storage with this little pull-out tray up front, right next to the little handle that slides it forward and back. You do get some additional storage here in the door with 2 pockets on the side and a rather decent glove box up front, but that's enough for the front seat. Why don't we pop around and see what that back seat is like? Again, very cute ute styling all the way around. These headrests are very interesting. It'll be interesting to see what they feel like hopping in. Oh yeah, they definitely dig into my back, so you would have to raise them up. But sitting behind myself at 5'10", I've got a decent amount of room. I'm not going to be complaining, but taller passengers or taller drivers with shorter passengers in the back may have something to complain about there. I'm going to have to pull that up because it was just too low and in my back otherwise. But sitting back here, again, plenty of room, nice headrest, very cushiony, given its very large nature. Again, it's got some of that orange stitching on the side, same seat design back here, but there are spots for 3 people back here. I don't see you putting 3 adults back here. You may be able to put 3 children down here. You can see lower latch points for the child seats are down there. You do have a fold-down center armrest with forward and aft cup holders. And then on the back of the center console, you can see, just looking from this angle, you do have 4 cup holders overall, thanks to this armrest on the front seat for the driver, and an actual handbrake there, a real, actual, honest-to-goodness manual handbrake. But that gives you 4 cup holders, so you could access this rear one from the back seat, no problem. And then the back seat does get a household style 3-prong power outlet. You can see 120 volt, 150 watt max back here. But yeah, no frills, nothing really to speak of back here in the back of the 2022 Chevy Trax. Now, I did mention this vehicle will not be offered for 2023, but is all new for 2024. I did check that one out at the LA Auto Show. Be sure and go check out that video because they made this vehicle significantly bigger than this one. So there are some benefits to the newer version, but there are also some benefits to this one. All-wheel drive, 4 cylinders, and a few other features that you won't necessarily find in that new one. So again, this one is here at Pelche Chevrolet in Tyler, Texas. If you want it, come see Franklin. Let him know Corey sent you. But as for me, that is all of my time here. If you want to see what else we are testing and examining while here on the channel, be sure and find us, follow us, do whatever you have to do, hit all the buttons, follow, subscribe, ring the bell, just so you see everything new as it drops, because we're going to be testing and previewing a lot of stuff this month. You can find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all at GT Garage Talk, or just head on over to gtgaragetalk.com. But until next time, gearheads, bye.